It's another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of our live Saturday broadcast from InWheelTime.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the award-winning car talk show, In Wheel Time, your weekly go-to all things automotive plates. Today, coming to you live from Houston Raceway Park and the Mopar Express Lane NHRA Spring Nationals in the fall, presented by Pennzoil. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Dziekan, and David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong, so glad that you could join us today. This broadcast is sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places. Well, we're all here, we're all masked up, and things are looking good. There's lots of folks here, but not as many as there normally would be on a Saturday because it's a 50% capacity rule in place. And joining us is the head of Houston Raceway Park, Seth Angel. And good morning, sir. It's good to see you, and thank you so much for joining us. Move real close to that microphone. We can't move close to us, but you move close to the microphone. How are you, man? How's it going?
It's great. It's great to be here. It's great to be talking with you guys about the 33rd annual Mopar Express Lane NHRA Spring Nationals. It's kicking off this morning.
The 33rd annual?
33.
Dude, is it older than you?
Not by no, but it's close.
It's close. Just gotta say, you know, we've known each other since 2006. 5, somewhere in there.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah, long time, and it's been a great fun to work with you and come out here and enjoy the drags, and at least once a year. This one has been put off. How has all of this whole COVID thing affected you? I mean, what a pain, man.
Well, I think certainly there was a long stretch of time starting in March and early April when we initially postponed the race that, you know, there was a chance that we weren't going to run the race, and that we, in the streak of 33 consecutive years of hosting a championship NHRA drag race could come to an end. So for us, we sat back for a while, and then when things became clear and the picture and the landscape was improving, and the ability for us to be able to contest and host the race was becoming better, we made the decision to move forward with it, and that's why we're here today.
And you know, you're one of the lucky ones because more than half the schedule was canceled, but they kept Houston on the docket.
Well, I think that's a big testament to the state of Texas and to our local elected officials in Chambers County who gave us the green light to be here. Where in other jurisdictions in other states, they don't have that luxury.
Well, plus they know you guys put on a great show.
Well, no, we put on a great show, but we do it right. And so, you know, we are at 50% capacity, but we do have a lot of spectator protocols in place. We're requiring guests as they enter to be wearing masks. We're encouraging them to social distance as best as they possibly can. But we also want to make sure that the environment is in such a manner that they can enjoy themselves when they're here in the park. So when they are in the grandstands, we're not requiring them to wear a mask. But we just want people to be respectful of each other and be respectful of their surroundings. And NHRA fans are the best in the world, and we're proud to be here and hosting them and showcasing the sport of NHRA Championship drag racing.
So when did all the pros move in? Was it Wednesday?
The pros started. They competed in Dallas last weekend,
right? And
so about Tuesday evening, Wednesday, the rig started showing up, and we've been loading them in since midday on Wednesday.
Yeah, and Nitro Alley seems to be going hot and heavy just like it always did. Just as not as many people. Yeah,
not as many people, but we've got full fields. We've got over 300 racers on property this weekend. Full fields in all the professional categories, and we're fortunate that we get to host not only Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock Car, but Pro Stock Bike, Pro Mod, and Factory Stock Showdown. So we've got a slate that is second to none when it comes to the on-track competition.
And you know, the other thing is that the Sportsmen are here. This is a regional race for them, and the competition is so tight even among those guys. And let's face it, I mean, they take up as much room as the pros do.
No, they do. The Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series is the grassroots of the sport, and without them, we certainly wouldn't be here today on this hosting championship drag racing. So, the noise you hear in the background is the Sportsman competitors. They are energetic. They are diehards. They are motorheads. They're gearheads, yes. and they love the sport as much as we love it.
Yeah. What was the registration for Sportsman? Did you guys have to kind of lower that number a little bit?
What we did is we eliminated a couple categories in the Sportsman ranks. When it came to the entry size of each category, we didn't limit that. So we've got a full slate. I think there's around 349, 350 cars on property this weekend.
It's pretty good. I mean, because you have to squeeze all of that qualifying and their eliminations all into a little bit of a compressed time schedule. But you guys run such a good show. I've been coming since you opened. You guys just
yesterday was a little bit of a challenge. We had that
storm
cold front that pushed through, and we originally were slated to start at 9 o'clock yesterday morning. We actually pushed it up to 8 o'clock. And then when the storm came through and some of those early rain bands hit us, we had about 5.5 hours of downtime yesterday. And so where we were originally scheduled to finish at around 4 o'clock, we didn't finish until about 9:30 last night. But what it did was we completed all of Friday's action, and so we can start the weekend this morning and going into Sunday, and you've looked at the forecast, I'm sure, as much as I've looked at it, and I think we're pretty safe. It's a pretty safe bet that we'll be on schedule throughout the weekend, and really excited to see what these cars will do on track today.
Well, being here almost at sea level, what is it, 10 feet above sea level?
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah.
There was a short time yesterday where I thought maybe we were going to be in the sea when that storm was blowing through. It was
it blew through was an understatement.
Yeah, pretty wild event. But look, our team was ready. We're prepared. The racers are prepared, and we're really excited. As I'm sitting here, I'm watching fans come through the main entrance here, and I see the lines are filling up. So we're really excited about what's going to take place today. And I think at the end of the day, they're gonna leave away with a big smile on their face.
So, what is your job today besides putting out fires? What I mean, you've been doing this long enough now. You got the routine down. You get in the groove on race day, and this is only one day of qualifying, so 2 rounds today, and then tomorrow is eliminations, and the whole makeup of everything has changed because they're going to start the qualifying later in the day today.
Well, so I'll tell you, let me just give you a little bit of a slice of my morning so far. So I got here at about 5:45.
Yeah.
At 6 o'clock, I was on track hanging and sticking decals to the guard wall for some sponsor commitments. I've been in every suite delivering programs. And then right before I came on air with you guys, I was in the spectator parking lot opening up another gate so that fans could get in and we could get some cars off the road. And then I'm here with you guys. But I think for me, the Friday and the early part of Saturday are the hardest parts of the most challenging parts of the weekend for me. Once we get going today, Sunday will be, it'll be really, really easy for us.
Well, I know that you already know this, but yesterday when I was coming in to get set up here for the show, there was a big highway sign that says 99 exit off of I-10 will be closed Saturday night. And I thought, oh, dear God, you've got to be kidding. However, this morning I saw it closes tonight at like 11 o'clock and opens up again tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah, there's be no interaction with that road closure from TxDOT, so our fans will have an easy access in and out of the park throughout the entire weekend.
Because that 146, the old way in here is good, and it's a back road in. I got that.
Yep.
But that 99 beats all of that.
Yeah, no doubt. It's clear. There's plenty of ways to get into the park, and there's so much development going on. And so we're thankful that we've got 99 there because it makes it really easy to get in.
Man, this place is going crazy out here for decades. It sat vacant, huge, but all of a sudden, when they put in 99, huge warehouses, all of this construction out here.
Bringing lots of business and activity around you.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's the old saying is build it and they will come, and that's certainly happening.
It's called growth.
Okay, so what do we look forward to today?
Well, today we've got Sportsman action taking place on track. We've got two Nitro sessions, Top Fuel Funny Car Pro sessions at 12 and I think 3 o'clock.
Right.
We've got elimination round 1 in the Sportsman categories and Top Alcohol Dragster and Top Alcohol Funny Car. So we'll be on track till about 6:30 tonight. Lots going on. Nitro Alley's open. The pits are open. Every ticket's a pit pass here in the NHRA, and so our fans can really get an up close and personal view of what's taking place, not only on the track, but when they're back in the pit areas rebuilding their cars.
Are
after
general
each run.
admission tickets still available?
General admission tickets are still available. Pit side tickets are still available. They can go online at HoustonRaceway.com, or they can just show up and go to our box office and grab them when they get here.
Seth Angel, you the man. We appreciate you, sir. We good luck for the rest of the weekend, and I know that I'll be running into you. If you need any help, you need me to shadow you, to help you with gates or signs, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll be out in the parking lot.
Don will carry your bags.
He needs a broom and a dustpan.
Yeah. Seth Angel, he is the CEO of Houston Raceway Park. Thanks again, man. In Wheel Time continues with Jeff's pre-owned car of the week, the 2017 Honda Accord. That's coming up right after a quick break. Hey, you're on the In Wheel Time Car Show. Thanks for riding with us today. You know, we're on all sorts of social media live right now, and also doing a podcast that we get delivered to the podcast network that we're on. There's so many. Well, I'll give you some later on. There's a bunch of them out there. And so if you miss part of the broadcast, you know, first half hour we do on Monday, second half hour on Tuesday. And it just keeps on going throughout the week, so you can always catch us on podcasts. It's fun. You have 30 minutes something to do.
Yeah, particularly on your drive in the morning, because they go up at 6 o'clock. The audio goes up at 6 in the
Look
morning.
at you joined us.
Well, you know, I got lost.
Mike Mars, ladies and gentlemen, he is here. All right, it's time now for our pre-owned car of the week. And Jeffrey Dziekan has the 2017 Honda Accord. I thought,
I do.
man, that hits the sweet spot.
It is a sweet spot in the 2017 Honda Accord. This is a sport, which is a little bit of the high performance end of it, so far as Honda goes. This vehicle is built in Ohio. I did not know that doing my research. So here we go. We're going to go
Marysville, Ohio.
I believe so. I know Mary.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
That's good. Well, would you introduce us?
Well, there you go. So the first shot of this, right there. Good cosmetics. As you see, it's got some fancy fascias, and the styling of it is very prominent. Let me turn that off for just a second. Let me back that up. We're having technical difficulties.
No,
there.
Jeff is having technical
We're
difficulties.
going to have Conrad take over. There
Okay,
you go.
there you go. So you
So it's
can,
got good cosmetics.
concentrate on your car.
Exactly. So you see that it's got the fog lamps. It's a good fascia, spoiler, ground effects on it. It does come with an optional rear spoiler on the deck lid. I think it's a sleek Euro design.
I do too.
It's it's got that not necessarily a BMW look, but a European look overall.
Yeah, good looking set of wheels and tires.
Good looking set of wheels and tires on that. Those are optional, and it's a very, very popular vehicle, specifically in 2017.
Yeah, and if you could find one, good luck.
And they sell a ton of Honda.
Oh, we're getting to that here. We're getting to that. So going on to the engine side of it, this it's a 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder with an average of 27 to 32 miles per gallon, which is good. It's 189 horsepower, 181 torque, and how's it measured? In
Newton meters.
There you go, everybody.
They'll come up with that.
Don doesn't know what Newton meters are
And
yet.
of course, the upgrade for that from the 2.4 is the 3.5. It's a V6, 278 horsepower, and of course you can get the 6-speed in it. The miles per gallon is 21 to 27, so it's a little bit lower because you got a little bit better performance on the cylinders and things. But I think the more cylinders you have and the higher performance, you're going to be working that stick shift.
Oh yeah,
and we'll get to that as well. So it comes to, obviously all these vehicles come with the Bluetooth and the satellite nav, all that good stuff. 7 speakers, rear camera. This has a 7.7 display screen, all touch screen. It's comfortable front seats. The seats are very comfortable. The rear seats, however, minimal leg room. The backing is very, very hard. I mean, it's harder than high school algebra. That's how hard it is.
Really?
Yeah. And of course, you got the
I
6-speed.
didn't take high school algebra.
Neither did I. That's because it was too hard.
Yeah.
And I just sat in the back seat.
I just got D's in math.
There you go. It's got safety awards.
Of course, when I went, it was called arithmetic.
Arithmetic. There you go.
They did it on Abacus.
He did it on his fingers and his toes.
In a one-schoolroom house.
Yeah, but he could count to 11 on his toes.
Please go ahead.
Well, no, that's considered Newton meters.
Newton meters. Thank you.
All right, so getting back to this, it does have safety awards. It's got a very low maintenance cost on it. And it's compared to the Nissan Altima, the Toyota Camry, and the Hyundai Elantra so far as maintenance costs and being low in that respect. This vehicle is 60,000 miles and is between 15 and 18,000.
That's all?
Yes.
I'm surprised.
Exactly.
60,000 miles at $16,000.
Yeah, but it still held a pretty good resale.
Exactly.
I was gonna say,
New.
that's a $35,000 car.
And it's between 28 and 32. Depending on, if you get the sport, obviously then you're closer to the 32, maybe 32 and a half. But if you just get the base model, you're looking at about 28.
I was telling David Ainsley's son, he was looking for, I was trying to relate to him in high school when it comes to used cars. So back in my day, way back in the dark ages, Ross Putnam had a 55. Well, it was about 15 years from the current year, okay? That's what his son is into. It's a car that's about 15 years old.
Right.
And it's affordable for a high schooler, but the problem is trying to find that Honda Civic that's 15 years old, because you're competing with all of the used car dealers. They want that car too.
Because it's a long-lasting car, highly desirable car. The other thing that happens is it also drives the price up. So if he's price sensitive in his shopping, that might not be the car he wants to jump on, because everybody wants that car, so that helps retain the value of it, which is the same thing with this Sport, because it held quite a bit of its value.
Right.
Considering how many miles it had.
Well, the other thing is too, is that here in the Houston area, how many people? 5 million here, something like that, in the Houston area. So you're competing with all of these. I told them, I said, you'd be better served if you got online and looked for cars that are maybe grandma's car out of, not Round Rock, that's too close to Austin, but maybe Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
You may have to go up to
Country,
Abilene.
yeah.
You may have to go outside of these huge cities like this to find grandma's car.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So,
And with
But
this,
grandma's car is probably not going to be on the eBay marketplace.
No.
It's going to be on, Uncle John told his next door neighbor about it, so you got to have a little bit of those connections.
And to Don's point, these vehicles are they're getting harder to find. They really are. So you've got the new car market, and then you got the pre-owned car market, and they're in competition as well. So that's it for the 2017 Honda Accord Sport. Next week, we're hoping to get someone call in with maybe a 2018 Porsche Carrera. Love to review that. So.
and Jeff gets to drive it.
Jeff at InWheelTime.com.
To really get to understand it and be able to talk about it properly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Hey, we'd love to hear your questions and comments. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. You can always go there and say something nasty to us. We like those,
Please do.
especially. A Splash and Go. And we're back with Conrad's local racing shows, cruises, and also we're going to have the stories making auto news headlines right here on the In Wheel Time Car Show, coming to you live today from Houston Raceway Park and the NHRA Spring Nationals. Stay with us. Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Show. Coming to you live today from the NHRA Spring Nationals out here at Houston Raceway Park.
And you can hear them in the background, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't control that. We want them out there running.
So what's the weather like outside?
It's a little chilly. It's
chilly.
a little light jacket weather, but that's okay. It's perfect. Little cloud cover. I think later on today it's supposed to be partly cloudy. It's supposed to be perfect.
Supposed to clear up nice.
I heard 72 degrees and sunshine or
So
partly cloudy.
what do y'all think
The
about
humidity
maybe
will drop down. and-
setting some records today? Maybe?
Well,
I think it's a
cold air is
possibility.
dense air, oxygen-rich air, and they say that
It's a little damp this morning, but this afternoon, by the time the bunnies and
the grains of water are a little bit high, but
it'll get better.
they're going to make some power today if they can just get a little heat in the track and get the tires to bite.
And I think that the first race this afternoon is at 12:45 for the pro stock cars.
Good. So right after the show's over, we're going to go watch the pro
That's
stock.
exactly right. And let Mars clean up all of that.
And watch friend of the show, Erica Enders, head on to her 4th World Championship.
That's also keeping our fingers crossed.
Qualifying number 1.
All right, so let's check in on what you've got: local racing, shows, cruises, cruise-ins, all that.
Kind of all the dirt tracks have kind of shut down for the winter.
Yeah,
so
we had our last race up at Houston Motorsports Park last Saturday night.
Had the Boobs Rock.
Oh, the Boobs Rock thing was rocking.
That was so fun. I watched Gina's Facebook page or the
Texas Short Track
Racing's Facebook page talking about the winner of it, and that was actually pretty cool.
It was very cool, and a lot of people there, and went to 10 o'clock, so it lasted an extra hour. But they had all of the classes, including the NASCARts.
Oh, your favorite.
Oh my God, I love those things.
Was there a soiree after?
Yes, in the parking lot at the Holiday Inn up by JFK.
Nice.
I didn't get home till 2 a.m. When was the last time I was up at 2 a.m.?
Going to the bathroom every day.
Well, there's that.
I
But
can
it was
tell you
at
the-
least 50 years ago.
The last time you were up at 4 a.m.
Oh, that was this morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the local stuff that's going on in Lumberton, which is local, we have folks out there that are watching at 4 p.m. this afternoon. They have a meet and greet in Lumberton. It's going to be easy to find. Lumberton's not that big. But
Where
they're
is
gonna
Lumberton?
Lumberton is north
59
of Beaumont.
Northeast. Yeah.
No, it's north of Beaumont.
North.
Just straight north of Beaumont. Then tonight, 6 p.m., the Kema car meet. And that's every week. Kema's got their car meet going on. The Houston BMW is going to have a meet tonight at 8 p.m. But next weekend, Nifty 50s is back on, and Randy Shannon, they're going to do their trunk or treat.
Yeah,
which
it's
is a
Halloween
huge,
weekend.
Yeah, which is a huge event for them, and they have generally Randy gets a huge turnout for that. Talking 250 cars.
Really?
Oh yeah. And even in the COVID time, the last one I went to, he had like 170 cars at. So he's getting a real.
Well,
good
all
turnout.
of us that have cars, we're all getting anxious to do something.
Yeah,
Right.
get out. If you got a little bit of decent weather,
Yeah.
you get outside instead of inside like we are.
Yeah.
Just any excuse will work.
Anything, because if nothing happens,
Just
we're
give me
all
a
going to
reason.
wind up in the insane asylum.
And the next step is everybody's going to take them out for the last run for whatever reason, and then put them away for the winter.
Right. And tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. down at Grand Sport Speedway in Hitchcock, BMW is having their autocross event. It's open. It's not just BMW. It's open for everybody else. It's just sponsored by the BMW. The Tomball Lions Club is having their car show tomorrow in downtown Tomball. And then the Northside Mustang Club is having their car show at the Conroe Outlets from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then at 11 a.m., the Cars and Flips over in Humble. So lots of stuff going on. And then the normal Sunday night at Freddy's on 1960, Wednesday night at Freddy's on Katy, and then Friday night at Freddy's on 2920.
Freddy's it's kind of like they've gotten in the groove with all the car guys.
Well, Kerry Kirkley
Does he own them all
and
or
Showplace Classics has built a good relationship with the folks at Freddy's. They like him being there, having the show, because they actually give discounts to show attendees to come in and get food. So they kind of like having that. And it's kind of a little bit of a drive-in feel like that, not like Bell's is or something like that, but there's very much of a feel of a drive-in event. So Kerry's made a real good relationship with a lot of the Freddy's in town, and they fill the parking lot up.
Kathy and I went to Autos last Saturday for dinner. We did the car show with the
Camaro
Firebirds
guys.
and the Camaros and the Firebirds were there. There were the few Olds, well, not Olds, but they were.
Yeah, but they weren't allowed to park in the Autos parking lot. They had to park over in the side. But
But it was packed. There was every space was full. There was all kinds.
Well,
of
it
good
was a
stuff.
beautiful
Yeah,
evening.
it was.
Yeah.
It was all kinds of good stuff.
did you bring the Corvette out? No, you had the Corvette at the track. You were the pace car
I
driver.
would, Jay Lucas and I swap pace car duties. So he'll do one race and then I'll do the next.
What's he
one.
drive?
He has a Z06. I think he's got like a C7.
Okay. Faster than yours.
Well, yeah. But I don't care about that. I had a good time.
Well, you did when you were in high school.
I know, but I don't anymore.
So that's most of the stuff that's going on. And then November 7th, the Texas Street Fair is going to be at Houston Raceway Park here, where the asphalt meets opportunity. And then also on November 7th, the Texas Star and Bazaar Car Show in Magnolia. On the 14th, the 8th annual Lone Star Deluxe Hot Rod Music Festival at the Showboat Pavilion in Texas City.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. Good deal. Some of the headlines making news this week. Hummer's back. The Hummer. Remember that thing? H1 was the military vehicle.
Right.
H2.
And then H2 and that, oh, God.
The horrible H3, which is basically a Chevy Colorado.
Oh, my God. It was just terrible. And that motor in that thing
I like that was the best.
Terrible.
Oh, I love the H2 because it was kind of a 3/4 ton suburban-ish build.
So here's the deal. Don't look. Did you happen to see how much they're asking for it?
No.
Well, there's 4 levels.
You went,
So
tell us about it, Don.
The Edition 1 is going to be, now this is going to be available to the public in the fall of next year. So Edition 1, which is already sold out, the 2022 GMC Hummer,
EV.
$112,000 and $595. $112,595.
But that's the top of the line one.
I think that is the one.
It is the one. But
For the first edition.
Yeah. So at any rate, it's about $5,000 more than the highest trim level of the Cadillac Escalade ESV.
Yeah, but what I saw on their website, on the Hummer website, there's going to be like 3 powertrain versions of it, and each of them are going to have different price points.
I heard him touting it was 1,000 horsepower.
Well, the top of the line powertrain is 1,000 horsepower. There's going to be a lower powertrain of it that's going to be about 600 horsepower, and then there's going to be one about 850.
As they get to them.
The Hummer will
Right.
compete with electric truck maker Rivian's R1T pickup, which will cost about $70,000. The Tesla Cybertruck, which will also cost about $70,000 for its highest trim, and the gasoline-powered off-road pickups from Ford and Jeep. Okay.
And they were talking about a 0 to 60 time in about 3 seconds
But
in
that's
1,000 horsepower
That's
one.
not what it. This is going to be one of those Land Rover, Range Rover deals that people are going to buy, and nobody's going to take it off road.
I think
That's
they're going to be
gonna
cool
happen.
Get it
because
dirty.
they want to drive in it.
And
Drive the kids to school.
Sign me up. Oh, no. They can't hear you tear with the mask on, Don.
it's okay. Those that are watching can see that
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jeff.
where's the sound crew?
when we need them.
He's over there.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So, the Italian sports car brand De Tomaso Automobili, which is planning a revival with the P72 supercar, I didn't even know they had one, said it is moving its operations to the U.S. from Europe.
Wow,
Okay.
I didn't realize that.
And De Tomaso will build the P72 in North America and is in deep discussions with multiple states as potential locations for U.S. operations.
Aren't they the ones that had the old Pantera with
Yeah,
the 351?
De Tomaso built the Pantera, which was sold at Mercury dealerships back in the 70s.
Yeah.
De Tomaso has said the retro-style P72 will be powered by a 5-liter V8 developed with U.S. engine tuner Roush. Power is
So it's
targeted at 700 horsepower.
So it's Ford powered again, which historically would make sense for De Tomaso to do
Yeah.
Ford power. And a 5-liter, be interesting if they use the flat plane 5-liter, which is the hot rod Mustang motor.
700 horses, that's where I'll bet they're going.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
I got a lot of news here today.
So be quiet and let you talk?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought
No, you're doing fine. I just wanted to let everybody know that we're coming to you today from the Mopar Express Lane NHRA Spring Nationals in the fall, presented by Pennzoil, out here at Houston Raceway Park out in Baytown. So come on down.
So all that background noise is racing that you're missing. So
Yeah, the Sportsman.
get in your car and get out here.
Yeah.
Nitro qualifying starts after lunch,
Yes.
and they'll
then
have 2 rounds of qualifying today, so you still got time to get out and get loud.
Yeah.
That's what Nitro's about.
Yeah, they do have earplugs available for sale.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to just about do it for this portion of our show. We've got more of our show coming up right after this quick break. Hey, thanks for checking us out. Don Armstrong saying be sure and join us live every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on YouTube, Facebook, and InWheelTime.com. Our podcasts are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcast, and Podcast Addict. We'll see you next time.